Hey everyone, it's another day working on the storage, and today is cutting day. So today is the day we are going to cut off the back of the fiberglass step and start setting up for that front wall. My design is changing slightly. Not sure how all this is going to work. This is going to definitely be a fit and trial. I've called and stopped the order of the steel for the back wall for this compartment and the back wall for the other one, because I think the measurement is going to change based on what I'm doing here. Back wall, we're good. It's going where it's going. That part is good. The front wall, I think I'm going to need to adjust and modify, and so we'll see where we end up on this. Anyway, so I'll bring you back in a minute when I find out if this was a good choice or a mistake. Well, that did work. I can clean up that edge a little bit, make it better. Somehow I had a bolt down inside of there that was throwing sparks and definitely not helping with cutting through it. Not sure how I got a bolt in there or where it came from. Alright, well anyway, we're going to keep moving forward a little bit and we'll see where we end up. Well, for better or worse, the plastic is cut, so that part's done. Show you the other side. So, both sides of the truck are cut. They're now at least square, so I have to decide what I'm doing with these pieces. I'm thinking I want to see if I can take them off, cut them here, and shorten this up. But I don't know how well that's going to work. It's a thought. So probably not going to have much happen in the next hour while I chew on that and think about it and figure out what I want to do here. Okay, we got this out, so now we're going to start seeing what it would take to take 2.5 inches out of this and weld it back together and see if that preserves our bolt. And we also have to look at our plates that are over here and see what that does for reusing these. We'll have to do some measuring on this as well. I guess that's the first step before I cut anything. Measure this and see how it impacts me. Okay, this looks promising. 2.5 inches would bring me in to just between the next two pieces right here, which could be re-drilled, so that would be my front edge. And we'll end up seeing what happens on the rear. I think I'm going to measure the width of this and see what happens if we take a couple inches off of it, or how we do some of this, because I want to try to reuse this if I can. We got this piece cut and we've got it beveled, so we're going to try to weld this together and see what happens. This has been sanded now, a little bit of cleanup on the top for repainting. We'll get some paint on this and I'll probably prime it first, then paint it and see what it looks like installed. These pieces are now primed and painted, so once they dry we can look at reinstalling them back in the truck and see where we're at. Okay, it's Friday afternoon, evening. Got word today the steel is ready, so we're going to head down and pick it up. So tomorrow we should be able to work on the truck and hopefully we'll have some progress this week. Maybe we'll get all 4 pieces in so that I can start figuring out my other walls and floors and things and sizes. Anyway, see you tomorrow when I have something to work with. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning and we are finally back to working on the truck again today. Got our steel. That's the sheet that goes in first. Have the other ones already unloaded, laying over here. And so we're going to get back to fitting it in and getting ready to tack it in and weld it in place. Okay, we started getting this sheet in. We've got it I still consider it tack, but it's welded, it's solid, it can't fall off. Some minor issues I'm finding are that we have a little bit of a gap here. We're not exactly square on this backside, which is fine, that can be filled. In hindsight, I probably should have gapped the joint here, which is actually what it wanted to do on its own. I should have checked it before I tacked the bottom. Thought when I had checked it before it was square, but anyway. So that's fixable. We can take the bottom and just push it out. That'll square it up. And the same thing out here. Oh, that's interesting. It's got a bow in it. So, it's actually pretty square, other than it's got a little bit of a bow that needs to be straightened out. So, the bottom's touching, the top corner's touching. Oh no, it's looking pretty good. A little bit of work in it. Make sure it stays straight when we get to the outer edge. It's definitely solid. This is right what I want. By the time we get a bottom on this and a back and everything, that whole front section will be really solid. Originally I was looking at 3/16. I think 8 is plenty with what I'm seeing here. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll probably clamp a piece of angle to this front edge to straighten it up when I get ready to do more work, to make sure that it's exactly where I want it. It's probably not a bad idea. Right now it's got a little bit of a bow to it. Don't want that in the long run. Alright, well, I'm going to go back to welding this in. It's looking pretty good, and then we'll probably look at trying to fit the other side today, get it to this same point, maybe fully welded. That way both of the backs are in and ready. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. That's a big compartment. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when I have something else to show you. We're now starting to fit the steel to see what it's going to look like. Nothing is tacked here. It's literally just sitting on that one support and on the edge of that shelf. I think we're going to look pretty good. It's going to take a bit to get this thing set straight. This is going to be a little bit of work. Getting it clean and straight, and then seeing exactly where we're at. But this is starting to give you, as I back up, maybe an idea of the scale of that cabinet on this side. It's huge. It's going to fit a 56-inch rollaway tool chest, so a lot of work here. Alright, well, I think I've got the general concept of what I'm doing. What? Are you stuck again, as usual? You want to say hello to everybody? Say, help everybody, I'm stuck on a bolt. There you go. Are you wanting inside? No? Okay, we'll let you back inside. Take your leash off. This piece is now tacked in place. Looks pretty clean and straight. Our measurements are really close. We're within like 1/8 of an inch on everything. And that's with this stuff loose. So there could be a little bit of a bend or a wiggle, or it'll straighten up. So I'm happy with where we're at. It's closer when I clamp a piece of angle in to make this piece straight. That worked better. So I think I can start welding these in. I can get measurements for that back wall and start, that way I can get it ordered. get it in, get the angle ordered that'll bolt in the tool chest, and maybe even the floor. I'm really happy with how this is looking. Sorry, I'm just taking it in. Hopefully you guys are as well. That's going to be a big compartment. I've got perfect clearance on the tires, I think, for what I wanted. So I'd say that's this side laid out. I can get all my measurements, order my steel for the next rounds. Unfortunately, the angle that I bought the first time is not going to work. It's almost 2 inches too short. We would have had a major gap in here, which is, yeah, it would have been about here. So I like this better. Cut doesn't look too bad. It could be a little bit cleaner maybe. I could probably go back up with a sanding disc and clean this edge up a little bit, make it cleaner. Take that piece off and clean it up. Not too worried about that right now. I like the spacing. I like where it lays. This shelf, I think, is going to come out another 4 or 5 inches. Still leaves me plenty of room for fuel, which makes that compartment wider on both sides, so that'll be good. So these all got to be fully welded in, and I think I'm ready to start looking at that other side and figuring out what we're doing on it. So that's where I'm at for the moment. We'll see where we get to by the end of the weekend, and then we'll shut down this video so that we can get it compiled and get it out for you guys. A lot of fit and finish on this piece for the passenger side. So working with a Sharpie, drawing what I got to take off. Nothing down here. About 1/8 of an inch up there. Work my way through. The sheet's sitting square to the top well. It just isn't coming into where it touches at the bottom, which it needs to for spacing. And then we should be in good shape. Got to get this wrapped up though, because it's after 6 and I'm going to be bothering people with the grinding if I don't shut it down here pretty quick. Okay, so I've got this wall positioned. I was 1 inch off when I had this cut. So I gotta go get a 1 inch wide piece of 1/8 inch flat bar. Weld it back in there to close that up. That'll set this wall where it belongs. And then we should be in really good shape. I decided to notch this out for the door openings. So we'll find out if that was a good choice or not. Anyway, put in the order for the framework for the doors. So that should be pretty good. I almost wonder if I should have put this all the way out to the edge and weld this to the angle, but yeah, I still would have to fill it. So all right, I'm thinking too deep into it. I'm gonna go with some flat bar, have some dinner, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Okay, it's Sunday morning, trying to wrap this stuff up. It's Father's Day weekend, so happy Father's Day to all of you out there that are dads. We have our piece cut and fit, so we're looking good there. We've got everything clamped and held in place, so we're going to go ahead and get this tacked up. Probably get it at least partially welded. Then we'll probably take this clamp off, adjust our height up and down to be exactly where we want it, because I'm sure it's not there just randomly. And then we can weld that sidewall, and then we can make the piece that goes in there. And I think we're going to be in really good shape. Don't mind the welder. So we've got this welded in. Well, it's Yeah, it's stitch welded. It's not fully welded and it's not tacked. It's somewhere in between. We'll add a little bit of weld up here. Probably a little across the top. And we'll call that good for today. And then we'll go from there. The back piece is now fit and tacked. It's not welded, but it's tacked. Enough it can't fall off. So this hopefully will give you, if I can get back, I'll give you a little bit, kind of an idea of what the storage will look like in under here, under the front section of the truck. I am delighted with how it's looking. So this bar will come out, because when these two uprights for the doors go in, this will no longer be needed. Right now it's actually a 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch too high, so it's got this bar's got to come out for it to lower anyway. We'll just do that later when we're to that point. For now, it creates a good support for it, so it won't bend on me when I'm crawling around in there and doing things. All right, well that's where I'm at for the moment. I'm going to keep plugging away on it and get this all welded up, and that should wrap out this week, I believe. Don't think I'm going to put the bottom on this week. Maybe, but we'll see. I got to think about it. So that's where we're at, and it is Sunday. Normally I try to close up my videos on Saturday, so you're getting a bonus day here, which means you'll probably be short a day next week, but that's all right. So from Washington, for now, we're going to wrap it up, close it out, and we'll see you guys next week.